Hey, welcome to Gardens and Getaways. I'm so excited because the garden is coming along so good, so good, so good. We are in the first week of June. I'm a little more dressed up than normal because we had graduations, but this is the first chance I had to get out to the garden, so we're going to walk around and see kind of how everything is coming along. So if you haven't already, please make sure to like and subscribe and come back and see me all summer long just to see how far along our garden gets. We've got lots of stuff coming on and I'm excited to show you. First of all, I had planted some sunflowers along this fence line when you come into my garden, and they are really coming up nicely here, so I'm super excited about this. These are the mammoth sunflowers, so they will probably get taller than this fence, and I will just tie them up to it, get some good pollinators in here and just give it some beauty along the fence line. Step back from this first garden bed that we start with, and you can see how these cucumbers are really starting to follow this trellis, which is such a good thing to do. Growing cucumbers vertically saves you so much space. I even see, and it's easier to spot your fruits, a little baby cucumber down there, so it's coming along. If you're wondering, these metal beds are the Vego raised beds. These are the 17-inch ones. You can make them into different shapes. So you'll see here, this bed is a little bit wider but shorter, whereas that bed is a little bit longer and skinnier. You get them in panels and screw them together to fit whatever size you need. Highly recommend them. I've only got 5 of them. I will probably have some more in the future just because I do love them so much. So like I said, we've got the cucumbers going up over the trellis here that are looking wonderful. Off to the side, kind of looks like a cucumber, but this is not. This is actually a cantaloupe plant, and the cantaloupe, since it is a trailing plant, takes up a lot of space. I'm going to let it just go over the side and hang out on the ground here. Behind the cantaloupe, I've got some basil. I had thrown in some seeds. I will split this up at some point. This is the blue basil, I think is what it's called. And then hiding under this giant zucchini leaf is a Kajari melon that also I'm going to try to let go off the side if at all possible. Anytime I get a piece of cucumber that's going a little haywire, you just stick it in the trellis like that and just encourage it to keep growing up. The zucchinis I am going to stake at some point, I think, and try growing them vertically. I've never done that before, but I've seen a lot of really good information on it. It seems to work a lot to keep the squash vine borers out. If you've done that, just let me know. I would love to know how it worked for you. So you can see I've got some little baby zucchini down there looking beautiful with that beautiful flower. I do want to try doing the method where you stuff your squash and zucchini leaves. I think it's like cream cheese, cheddar, some herbs, do a little battering on it and pan from. I've heard it's really good. I've never tried it, but I do think I want to try that this year. So if you've done that, let me know. If you've got a recipe, leave it down below because I'd love to try. Yep, so got a couple zucchini plants. I did stick some carrots down in here behind the zucchinis. These will need shade to do anything this summer, so all of these other plants are going to shade them out really good. And then in the fall, we'll probably have carrots. Other side of the cucumbers here. See some more little cucumber babies. Love it. So excited for those. And again, cantaloupe and Kajari melons that'll go off the side. Oh, there was a little bee visitor. I was trying to catch him. Look, you see him down there working hard. That's right, you pollinate those cucumbers, bumblebee, bumblebee. Here's a quick shot of one of my doggos. This is the little troublemaker that is the reason we have a fence around the garden now. Bless his sweet soul. Over here we've got a tomato, lots of marigolds that are coming in. These are going to be beautiful when they start to flower. This is the pink brandywine tomato. Got quite a few fruits on there. She's really looking good. Against this vego garden, I did stick some more seeds, sunflower seeds. The shorter ones are zinnia seeds, and I put some hollyhock seeds in here. We'll see if they do anything. Those come back every year, so that would be great if they did. Right beside the cucumber and zucchini bed, got this long pepper bed that I kind of showed you earlier. I'm trying to follow a square foot gardening method here. I put in some chives, put in 4 different types of, or 4 different plants of the same type. These are the rainbow bell peppers, so I'm excited to see them come on. We do have quite a few flowers on them. Put some marigolds around them just to kind of protect them from pests and invite in some pollinators. Lots of little buds on those though. I have never topped my pepper plants. I know that's like a big thing that goes around the internet. Do you do it? Do you not? I've never done it, so no. Got a little baby fruit on there. I might pick this one off later just to try to encourage some more fruit. I do have some sweet banana peppers, these 3 right here. They're doing not quite as good as my other peppers, but that's okay. We'll just keep watching them. It may just be the type of pepper that they were. I did buy all of these from a plant sale, so it could very well be that they were just started a little bit later than the bell peppers and the jalapeno peppers that I have beside it. So I've got 1, 2, 3 jalapeno pepper plants, some chives stuck in there as well, following that square foot garden method, trying to fill everything up. There is a hole here. I was thinking about possibly when I split up that basil that's in the with the cucumbers and zucchini, maybe popping one in right there. We'll see. Came through here and mowed the other day, but I did not weed eat up against them, but it is looking a little better. Got another cucumber kind of hanging down. And just stick it up in there. Just shove them through, let their tendrils hold them. Sorry, that was kind of some bad recording, but it'll be okay. On the other side of the arch, I've got some more cucumbers coming up. These were started at a later date. I've actually got 3 different dates kind of cucumbers planted, so that's good. We'll get some, get some different levels of harvest, because when they start to peter out, I'll be able to put more seeds in or something else. And on this side, and then these should be coming in good. Got some little okra seed starts going. I'm kind of running out of room, so I'm thinking about maybe either putting them across the fence or putting them in the ground on another area of our property. So over here you can see, so that's how big the ones that were started first. You can see these were started second and these were started third. So kind of some different levels. And then in the corners, we've got these things called cucamelons. They look like cucumbers or mini watermelons. My kids liked them. A friend of mine gave them to my kids last year. They loved them, so she gave me some plants this year. I've got some, what was this? Cantaloupe, I think. Yep, cantaloupe on these sides that will go off to the side as well. My husband likes cantaloupe, so hopefully we can get a lot of product with that. A lot of produce. Got some lettuces there. I may stick in a few more lettuces, and then those are actually dill. They don't really like the heat, so I'm hoping kind of the canopy shade of these squash plants will really help. I think in my first videos, I was calling those over there squash, and these zucchini. But when they came on, those are green and these are yellow. So those are zucchini and these are squash. So anyways. All right, so I did stick another little basil in here, and you can see the fruits coming on this. Where did I see? I saw a little yellow one somewhere. I think over here I saw a little baby yellow one. That one's probably not going to do a whole lot. It's kind of tiny and got its color, but we'll see. Stuck another lettuce in there. Just trying to stick stuff everywhere to prevent some weed pressure. Got a beautiful Black Beauty eggplant right here. Lots of fruits coming up on this squash plant. And again, some cantaloupe that we will let trail over the side and just kind of grow out on this ground and fill this area up. And some more of those little cucamelons. They almost look like ivy, but they're cucamelons. Then in our other bed, still got the massive rosemary plant. We have not moved that yet. We've talked about it, but we have not moved it. Thinking about getting it out of the bed and into the ground just because it is so big, and I have cut it back so much and it still is just a massive bush. Got some beautiful parsley in here that I need to dehydrate. I'll try to do a video on that. The oregano, you've heard me say it. I've cut it, I've dehydrated it. It is coming back ferociously. All of this cilantro has gone to seed, but look how beautiful those little flowers are. So we're just letting them do it. I'm trying to let them get to the point to where they actually do seed, so we can maybe use some of that as well. Cilantro just doesn't like the heat, which is funny because you think of it being in salsa with tomatoes. You would think it would like the heat, but it doesn't. Got quite a few little watermelon vines over here. I know watermelons need a lot of room. My thought process is square foot gardening method. So I did the zinnias in a cross to bring in the pollinators. And then I've got a watermelon plant in each square foot that's going to drape over to the side. And, you know, this will be the large area that it's going to take up. They're heavy feeders, heavy waterers. So I'll just have to keep that in mind. These watermelons, I probably need to break up a little bit more or split up. There's a couple there, but it's kind of good having a couple because this guy right here doesn't look so great. Once again, the roly-polies, they've been my arch nemesis so far in the garden. I'm sure there will be another pest that I battle soon, but so far they've been it. Over here we've got another Cherokee purple tomato plant that is looking oh so beautiful. I just love how these tomatoes are colored. They get big fruits, really, really good on a BLT if you like that. My kids love BLTs, and another little marigold down there with that one. And over here, the massive, massive tomato plants. They have loved all the rain we've gotten. They've loved the dirt that they're in. So they're just doing fabulous. You may have seen I did a little video trying to catch garden pest, and so I did these cups with Vaseline on them to try to catch them, and then it rained a lot. I guess it caught a little bit of stuff. I don't know if it really worked or not, but who knows. You can see there's another one of the cups I did. That one actually looks like it caught some bugs. The other ones just kind of look like dirt, but that one looks like it may have worked. I'm just going to leave them there. I did put orange peels down here as well, and I have been coming up under the leaves and checking, and I do still have some aphids. It doesn't seem like there were quite as many as there were, so I'm just going to let it go. The plants still look healthy. Hopefully it's okay. I don't want to do too much or get too drastic. I mean, you're gonna have bugs. You're gonna have bugs in your garden. It's a garden. You're outside. It is what it is. Same with these gorgeous dahlias that the silverfish is what we call them. There's another name for them. Earwigs have been eating off. But the plant itself is still really big, and I think it's gonna be okay. Had some zinnias and cosmos in the corner here. I did not expect this dahlia to get quite so large so fast, so hopefully those get some height on them and don't get kind of drowned out by it. But it looks like they're going to. It looks like they're trying to peek through there. On the other side of the fence, you can see my gorgeous lilies peeking through, and another dahlia that I have over there. We'll go look at that stuff in a minute. In front of the tomato plants, I've got marigolds, so you can see this one is starting to bloom, which is exciting. Got basil in front of them, another marigold, chives, marigold, basil, some nasturtiums that will eventually come off the side, and it looks like we're about to get a little bloom on that nasturtium too. People say that you can eat nasturtiums, that they have a peppery flavor. I have yet to actually try that. If you have, let me know if it's true, if you really do like them. I'll have to do it this year. This is the questionable tomato plant that I got from my friend. Not sure what she is, but we shall see. All the other tomato plants, we've got another Cherokee purple. These are probably some of my favorite tomatoes. I just love the color they get on them. Even when they're green, you can see how they're kind of two-toned. We actually picked one of these off yesterday. I think my husband may have ate it because it ain't on the counter no more. These were called Rutgers. I've never had them. They were just for sale at the place that we went. So, is that a ladybug? A natural ladybug in her natural habitat, being a good girl. Oops, I dropped her down. Yes, That's reassuring to see ladybugs. What's not reassuring is whatever that is. Something just ate that. Get out of here. I think it fell in the dirt, but I'll have to come back and see if I can find him. Because you ain't gonna live here if you're gonna eat my tomato plants. I'm sorry. If you're gonna eat the other bugs, you can live here, but not my tomato plants. Got some beautiful aromas coming in. Can't wait to can these up, make some homemade salsa. Whoop, look at that, another aroma. I might give her just a little bit longer and then pluck her. I'll probably pluck her tomorrow morning. Down here, we've got our better boys. I see them starting to blush. Look at that beautiful tomato. Just look up in the canopy of these tomatoes. I hope I don't regret later in the season not cutting these back more. Life has just been crazy. We've had 2 pretty big graduations. I work full time. I'm gonna be honest, I just hadn't had time to come out here and cut on them. I did kind of cut them up from the ground when they were first planted, and I've been trying to pop off the suckers because they've just gotten so big, but I hadn't done much past that. But I do come out here and look at them every day, try to check them for pests. If they start to show any signs of disease or anything like that, hopefully it won't be too late, but at that point I would definitely take them off. I need to come tie them up because look how that one's leaning over again. It's just growing so fast. Those are some big old tomato plants. Big old tomato plants. So that does it for this part of the garden. It's really coming along. I'm super excited. We did just get some fruit trees planted in the top half of the yard. I do have a little area that my husband tilled up that I'm going to try to get some okra in, try to get some corn in. We'll have to put a fence around it because the deer here they're just crazy. They're crazy. We have an electric fence for our dogs, and they know how far my dogs can go, and they'll just like look at the dogs like, oh, you're barking at me, but you can't do nothing. The ruthless deer, ruthless. So we'll work on getting that stuff in the ground. Like I said, I do have these little okra seedlings that I planted out, my little okra sprouts. So I'll put those in there, and I'll just start my corn from seed. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. So she's looking good. I'm very excited with where we're at to be the first week in June. It doesn't really feel like June still. It's not as hot as it normally is in North Carolina, but that's okay. I'm glad that we've had a lot of rain. I'm glad that it's been a little cooler and the garden hasn't had so much heat and pest pressure yet. I'm sure it's coming July and August, but doing good so far. I don't know if I've shown this before, but I do have mint on my front porch. I keep my mint in a pot because it is very invasive. I do not want this stuff in the garden because once it's in there, you're not getting it out. So if you've got mint, keep it in a pot. And being on the front porch, it's nice because you can kind of smell it when you're on the swing. So here's the back side of those flowers. You can see we've got some damage from those earwigs, but the dahlias are looking absolutely beautiful. Look at those lilies. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And these calla lilies should have some flowers soon. These plants have really exploded over the last few years. They've been here for a couple years and they're probably too close together. I need to split them up. That'll come at some point. They were all gifted to me. So it's been really nice seeing how in just a few years they can really take off and fill up. They say the rule of 3 is the first year they sleep, the second year they creep, and the third year they leap. I'd say they leaping. They're just getting so big, so big. Got rain barrels here, which we're loving. And I'm trying to develop this area. It's coming along. Well, thanks for joining me on this week's garden tour. I look forward to seeing you in the coming weeks and look forward to growing with you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Gardens and Getaways. See you soon.